Let me just give a few minutes, see if anybody's going to join me today. Today I'm going to be talking about how to become an agent of change in your society. How to become an agent of change in your society. I'm going to be talking today because this is a new year coming and I want people to be an agent of change in your society. Okay? This is going to be fun. If you want to know, this is going to be a new year resolution for everybody. How to become an agent of change in your society. And this is going to be awesome. So if you want to know how to become an agent of change in your society, stay with me and I'm going to point them out. I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to be using the late Myles Munroe's teaching based on his teaching. I'm gonna be using some of his words, so bear with me. So planning is a setting of like agenda. Planning, how are we gonna plan our future? We need a plan of agenda for our future. So you have to write it out. How am I going to change? What do you need to change? How are you going to live your life? And based on that, you're going to plan it out. You're going to write it down. You just can't think about it in your head. You have to write it out. Said, okay, you're going to make little goals in life. So this new year, make a little goal. So, okay, the starting of January to December, these are the things I need to accomplish. Don't make it too big. Make it realistic. Things that you can achieve. Don't make a bigger goal that it's so hard for you to achieve, okay? So make it little. Like if you want to change a bad habit, make a small goal. Say, okay, this week, this is what I'm going to do. If you used to smoke 20 pack of cigarettes, for example, so okay, for this coming week, instead of like 20, like a pack of cigarettes, I mean not 20 pack. Oh, sorry about that. Like if you used to smoke a pack of cigarettes, okay, so you're gonna make a really realistic goal. Said, okay, instead of smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, you're gonna cut it down to 3/4. Instead of smoking the whole pack, don't smoke the whole pack. Just cut it to 3/4. And then the next step, you cut it down. And then the next step, you cut it down. So don't stop altogether because it's not good for you. If you can do that, but you can. Like, okay, if you used to eat, like for example, for eating, if you used to eat chips or junk food, cut it down a little bit. Stop minimizing your intake of junk food, okay? And then step it up and start eating healthy. Like if you don't used to have like fruit or vegetables in your diet, try like banana, for example. Try banana a day, and then a celery or carrot or cucumber. Like just try like little step. Don't go overboard on that, okay? And then the thing that is really like to my heart that people have been doing, okay, that the society really have an agenda. Like everybody in the society have an agenda. But the thing I'm gonna be talking about closely because of the churches, I'm gonna be talking about the churches, how everybody have an agenda, but the churches, the agenda that God created us and put us here on earth, nobody is following that agenda of God. we are following another agenda which was not commanded by the Bible. Just stay with me, and I will point them out to you. Okay, so every group in our society have an agenda. They have an agenda to change the world, okay, in their favor. So every group in our society have an agenda to change the world, in their favor. Okay, everybody have an agenda to change the world in their favor. Instead of us having the agenda of God and the kingdom of God and biblical principle of God agenda, but we're feeling we're not having it. Everybody agenda is to benefit themselves in their own selfish interests, which is really wrong, because even in the Bible it says seek ye first the kingdom, but nobody today, none of us are seeking first the kingdom. We're seeking the other things instead of the kingdom. I want to ask you, anybody that's watching or going to be watching this video, do you have an agenda? What is your agenda in life? What is your agenda? So this new year, I challenge you to make an agenda every day. Make an agenda for the whole year. What are you gonna do month to month, day to day, week to week? Make an agenda. What is your agenda? So the church today don't have an agenda. Well, they actually do have an agenda, but the one agenda they have, the agenda is to take people to heaven. That is the main agenda that they do have, to take people to heaven. That's the agenda that the churches have, which is, it's good, but that's not the reason why we're existing here on earth. We are forsaking everything else on earth here, and we are pursuing the agenda of going to heaven while you're living here on earth, instead of focusing on the agenda on earth here, how to benefit where you're living. But we are not. We are more focused, the churches are more focused how to make heaven, how to go to heaven. They are not. And when Jesus Christ came, he gave us a really simple commandment, but we are not following that commandment. The churches are failing the society. They are really failing the society, and I want us to wake up and start living as an agent of change in our society. The churches are supposed to be the rock, but they are not the rock anymore, because the rock, for example, is a rock is still, like let's picture this, okay? Like a rock in the ocean, it stands still. That's what the church is supposed to be. A rock in the ocean, it stands still. No matter what wave, no matter what current comes against that rock will not move. It's always there. But today, the churches they are not the rock anymore. They are like sand. They just blow everywhere. They just blow. They're not secured in the principle of God anymore. What God wants us to do, it's not secured anymore, because it's not a rock. The churches, it's like a sand. Anybody can just come and do whatever they want with it, and they can just push them, and it's not rock. They're not solid in the foundation of God. My friend, that is a problem, because the churches are not rock. They are supposed to direct how the society is supposed to be. They are supposed to be teaching people how to live their life, but today they are failing us. They are not doing that aspect of why the churches exist. The world has accepted the church agenda So the world have accepted the church agenda. What do I mean by that? Because they said, okay, the church exists to take people to heaven. So the church not supposed to involve in any aspect in the society. They're not supposed to involve in the lawmaking. They're not supposed to involve in any law that's been passed. They're not supposed to involve in business. They're not supposed to be involved in politics. That's what the world have created, make the church be. It's like, no, you know what? You go to the church and you do church and take people to heaven. Don't interfere in the politics. Don't interfere in businesses. Don't interfere in any system, like the medical system. Don't interfere into the medical system. Whatever law we pass, it is our world. It is not your world. Your world is it's the church, and you take people to heaven. And they've made it so complicated, but that is not what God meant for us. God has actually put us here on earth to be involved in every area in society, in politics, in businesses, in medical system, in all these systems. God have created us to be in this, but the churches have accepted it. Okay, we're not going to involve. We're going to go let you what, and then they're doing so much abomination in the society. The church have let it happen. It is really, really sad that it has come to that we have accepted it, that the government can do whatever they want. Like, people are suffering in the world today. They're suffering every day. People are dying of poverty. People are dying of sickness. People don't have place to sleep. They're homeless people. Like, the church supposed to take care of those things. Like, crime rates all over the world, not even Africa. Africa is more bad there, but in all over the world there's crime rates everywhere. There is like passing laws, abominable laws that it's not acceptable, but because the church have lose their place, so they allowing everything. But I am appealing for all Christians, wherever you are, wherever at your workplace, you have to stand up and be the light in that environment. So whatever law they're going to pass, when you know that it's against the Bible and it's forbidden in the Bible, don't allow that thing to happen. Because when you allow that thing to happen, it's going to destroy the world. But we are allowing so much things because all of us is being silent. We're being silent. We're not. We nobody wants to talk because everybody thinks that, oh, it is not my place to talk. It is not my place. But let me tell you, it is our place to talk. It is our place to point out where the wrong things are going. Don't just be silent about things in your society. Because when you be silent about the things in your society, guess what? You are also a party of that. You are also committing that same crime that the person or the society is causing. So we need to stand up. We need to start talking. We need to say no. We need to say no to these things that happen, like in the churches. Like, we need to say no. Like, pastors are brainwashing their members every day. They're just brainwashing them. And we have our own brain to talk, but we are not talking. And we allowing these people, even though we know the truth, we know what the Bible says, but because we're so lazy, we don't want to read the Bible anymore. So whatever somebody says, we agree to it, which is not good. We need to stand up. We need to start talking. We need to start asking questions. We need to question, and we need to compare the Bible and what is happening. Did the Bible say this? If the Bible didn't say that, we need to stop it. We need to follow the Bible because God has given us everything that we need in the Bible. But if we stop listening to the Bible, we start reading the Bible, and we're just following the crowd, and we're not questioning things that are going on, then people are really sure that no, this is not right. But it's like, okay, because that person is doing it, I'm just gonna follow it. Africa people, I just wanna make us go back. I'm appealing to the pastors, because what the Bible say, you guys going against it every day. You're not helping the poor anymore. The people are suffering there, and some of the pastors have so much money and they can't even do anything about it. And they said, oh my God, they're serving a living God. I don't know what kind of God they're serving. And they said they're reading the Bible, but no, they just use the Bible to their own benefits. You cannot use the Bible to your own benefit, to your own gain. You have to follow the full Bible, what the Bible say. But we are failing. So I am appealing, let us become an agent of change in our society. Don't be silent about stuff. Question stuff. Compare the Bible. So what did the Bible say and what the pastor is doing, or what the society is doing? Because God has created us here on earth to take authority of everything. We are in control here. But don't pay attention so much going to heaven, then your life here on earth it's useless. What heaven are you going to make if you can't leave the commandment that God gave you while you're on earth? Don't live like that. Question people, and don't encourage abuse either, because we're just getting abused all the time. We're getting abused. Pastors are abusing their members, and it said it's okay. Like, how can you do the things that you do and you say you follow God? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. We are just pagan. People are just pagan. Idol worshiping, that is what. And Jesus Christ came on earth here to save us from slavery. But we're going back to the olden days when Jesus just came and it gave us a simple command to love one another. But are we loving one another today? We are not loving one another today. Churches are failing us. I'm just going to go back to my notes here so I keep myself on track. I don't want to go off track. Churches, like, we have the power, like the churches have the power to solve the things that are going on in our society. They have the power because God have given all of us the power. You are not better than me. I am not better than you. We are all the same in the sight of God. Like all the crimes that are going on in Africa, like it just pained me. It really pained me that these things are existing, these things are happening, and nobody is doing anything about it. We're all just comfortable in it. The churches need to stand up and take their place. Like all the people that go to church, you're supposed to impact the people in your society, change them. Teach them the good things, the principal things, the biblical things. You need to impact the people in your society. Wherever you go in your workplace, you need to, you're not supposed to be silent when they are doing evil or they're bringing darkness in the world. We, the Christian that goes to church, we're supposed to stand up and say, no. The Bible didn't say that. This is what the Bible said. We need to follow the principle of God. But the churches are failing. The agenda is different from the agenda that God commanded the church to do. And when God came, he didn't even create the church. He didn't create the church. He wants us to go outside beyond the four walls of the church. That's where the problem is. That's where the crisis is. But we are not going beyond the four wall. We're just members. We are accumulating members. But even when the members come, the pastors are supposed to teach the members how to go impact the society, how to go change the society, how to live in the principle of God. But but nobody is saying nothing. You will be in a society and they're doing bad things, and you the believer, or you the Christian, you quiet about it. We have to stand up. We have to stand up. The principle of God is really simple, okay? Okay, I'm just going to share the agenda that God gave us. I know in one of my, or maybe a couple of my broadcasts, I have been talking about John 3:16. This is the agenda why God created us, okay? That's why Jesus Christ came. This is the agenda. He said, John 3:16, I'm going to read. He said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish but have everlasting life, okay? This is the agenda. That's why Jesus Christ came. And I'm going to read the next verse 17 of John 3:17, okay? It said, God never sent his Son to condemn the world, okay? God did not send his Son into this world to condemn the world. But through his Son, Jesus Christ, that we will be saved. That's why this is the agenda. He didn't send his Son to condemn us, but he sent Jesus Christ here on earth so that we will be saved. But the church's agenda, they are not following what Jesus Christ says. And it's only through Jesus Christ we will be saved. He didn't come to condemn us. He came to love us. But we are not following. We are not following. In this passage, the world, in the passage, you didn't see the earth. He didn't say it came to the earth. The world. Like the world. Like he came to save us, to give us a better life. But people think that it's so complicated. People take it so complicated that it's so hard. It is not hard. Believe in Jesus Christ. When you believe in God, it's so easy to follow all the other commandments that Jesus gave us. You accept Jesus Christ into your heart, it's very, very easy. You will see evil. Your spirit man will not agree to it. You cannot serve two masters at the same time. You cannot serve money and God. It will not happen. It's either you're gonna love one and hate the other one. So you have to serve. And God gave us a simple. It says, seek ye first the kingdom. Are we seeking the kingdom these days? Are we seeking the kingdom? No, we are not seeking. We're seeking our material things. It's only material things people are seeking now. They're not seeking the kingdom. And when you seek the kingdom and you follow the principle of the Bible, guess what? Everything, all the things that you needed, God will provide it for you. And God, whatever his word say, he keeps to his word. He doesn't go against his word. If you seek his kingdom, he said, God, I am here. When you wake up in the morning, you get up and say, God, thank you for this day that you have made. My Father in heaven, I am here today. You woke me up today. What do you want me to do today? That's seeking the kingdom. What agenda did you want me to follow today? I am here for your agenda. So tell me what to do. But people are not doing that anymore. We're going about money. People go to work, they don't even pray anymore. People are just occupied with work and with their own thing. But they're not seeking God. Our God is so awesome once you get to know him. He's so awesome once you get to know Jesus. He's such a lovely God, but you guess what? The pastors now, They have made God look so bad. Like churches are making God look so bad, but he's so simple. He's so loving. He's so caring. I'm appealing to pastors and people that say they're Christian. Don't make God look so bad. He's not a wicked God. He sent his son, his only son, to this world so we can be saved. But people think it's so complicated, but it is not complicated. It's so simple. You just have to love him. You just have to give him your heart. Once you give him your heart and you live his principle, it's so easy. It's not complicated. But guess what? If the churches are doing what they're supposed to do, like you go in the environment and show the love to people, care about the people, about the needy, about like the poor people, the less privileged people, if they go in the world and start doing that, then the society will start saying, oh my God, this God is... Because if people see how your life is, and they see how different you are, they will want to say, why are you so different? I want to know. Teach me. How can I be like you? And you're going to teach them and lead them to God. It's so simple to lead people by just loving them. You got to love them first. You got to love them for who they are. Don't try to change their attitude. Just try to love them first. And after you love them, and then you show them to the Father. He said, this is the Father. Just go on your knees and pray to your Father and have a personal relationship with God. But today, we don't have any personal relationship with God. And it's so simple to have a personal relationship with God. It's so simple. It's like having a conversation like the way I'm having a conversation right now. That's how we're supposed to have a personal relationship. You just talk to your Father in heaven. It's not very difficult. You just talk to himself. He even show us how to pray in the Bible. In Matthew 5, I think it's Matthew 5 or Matthew 6, verse 5. Matthew 6, verse 5. When he said, our Father. That's how you're supposed to. You see, our Father. That is a relationship. It's your Father who art in heaven. You see, you're having a conversation with God. Hallowed be your name, your kingdom, his kingdom come. We're supposed to ask for his kingdom to come in our life, in our area. Wherever we go, his kingdom's supposed to take effect. It's not our kingdom, it's his kingdom. When you go wherever and you serve God deep down inside your heart, wherever you go, people will know the difference. Like for me, in my workplace, not that I want to brag about myself or anything, but people, they see the difference. Because when I go, I want to take dominion. Because I am a kingdom person. So when I go, I take dominion wherever I go. People have to see the difference. They say, why are you so different? Why are you doing this? I am doing it because I love God. Because this is what God wants us to do. People think I'm odd sometimes. It's because I love God. I do odd things. I want to love God. I want to live God. I want to breathe him. That's how we're supposed to think on earth. We're supposed to live him. We're supposed to breathe him. Wherever we go, people have to see the difference. They say, oh, she is different. And then once they see the difference and they see how you're living, and then they're going to copy from you. But don't be the other way, copying the evil things. But you follow the biblical principle, because God has given us. We're supposed to, I'm going to read, we're supposed to take over the government system. Okay, I'm going to read this, okay? The Greek word. Let me just add this one word there. The word from the earth, the word earth in the Bible, in the Greek word, is kara. Tiara, like some people. Tiara. It means dirt. So God, it's a physical planet. God didn't build any building, okay? It is made out of earth, like terra, dirt, the earth here. God didn't build any building or churches when he came. When Jesus Christ came, he didn't build any building. And once we are on earth here, we're supposed to take over the government system. If you're a kingdom person, you're supposed to take care of the government system. You're supposed to take care of the power of control, the power of influence. This is what we're supposed to do here on earth. If you're a kingdom person, you're supposed to do all this. We need to be power of influence. We need to impact the world. If you are not impacting the society you are, and you said you're a Christian, you are not a real Christian. You need to impact the society that you are in. If you cannot make the changes, you cannot make positive changes in your environment, guess what? You are not really doing the kingdom justice. You are not living. We're supposed to influence everything on earth here. We the Christian, we're supposed to influence the banking system. We're supposed to influence the insurance system, the medical system, the legal system. If you said you are a Christian and you are in this system, the legal aid system, the banking system, the insurance system, the medical system, you're supposed to impact it in a positive way. And whenever they're making policies that is against the biblical principle, you're supposed to stand up and say, no, this is not what the Bible says. We cannot do this. This is not right. If you are in the medical system and you see they're abusing the system or they are doing things, like one person cannot do anything, but if we all gather together, we can change the system, because we need, whenever they're making up a system in the world, it's supposed to be based on biblical principle. But today they legalize marijuana in some country or in the state, and like gay is legalized, and the churches were in the society and they couldn't say anything. That's abomination. I don't have anything against a lesbian or gay, but that is a no. God didn't create a man and a man. He created man and a woman. So you can't be having a relationship, a woman and woman, a man and a man. It's abomination. It's in the Bible. It is not right. And then there are Christians in the parliament and places, and they saw that this bill was passing. Nobody says anything. They were okay with it. We need to start changing how we are living our life here on earth. We start living our life based on kingdom principle. Kingdom principle. Pastors need to stand up. Like, even I was commenting about the election in Sierra Leone. Like, we need to stand up. Like the pastors in Africa, they're supposed to be involved in these elections. They're supposed to be teaching people, and then like teaching the leaders. Like, for example, like right now, the election in Sierra Leone, everybody will be going to, if they're Christian, they will be going to church and asking for God. Oh God, please let me win this election. God, let me please win this election. If they're Muslim, they will be going to act. They're going to pray. Oh God, let me win this election. Let me win the election. And once they win the election, they don't go back to God, and every decision that they make, every policy that they make, they don't go back to God, say, okay, God, what do you think about this policy that I'm going to make, I'm going to create? Or what do you think about it? How can we make this principle? Or when things arises in the country, they don't go back to God, say, God, okay, this thing is happening right now. How did you want us to solve it? How did you want us to deal with it? No, they don't go. They only go to God for their own selfish interest. And once that selfish interest is that happened for them, or they have answered to that the thing, that's it. They don't know God anymore. We need to start standing up. Pastors, take your place in the society. Make changes in the society. Stop brainwashing. Stop going after money. Stop taking from the poor. Instead, give to the poor. Give to the needy. I am going to also appeal to people in the diaspora that's watching this show. Bring a change. Instead of sending your money to Africa, or to pastors, and praying for deliverance and praying for prosperity, you know, it's very simple, okay? Help the poor. Help the needy. That will be the best gift that you will ever give to yourself. If you help the poor in your society, you don't have to send that much of a money. But if we all, the pastors, are using the money to help the poor and needy and less privileged people, see how the world would be. The world would be a better place for every one of us. But the pastors are using money to buy private jets for themselves. Why people are suffering. Why people are dying. The medical system needs to be impacted. We need a good medical system. We need educational system. Kids are suffering. They don't have education. These parents, they can't afford for them to send them to school. But these pastors are driving private jets, driving the most expensive car. Are you going to take that car and private jet to heaven? You are not going to take it with you to the grave. All the money that you're taking from the poor, you're not supposed to take from the poor. You're supposed to give the poor, the less privileged. But you're taking from those less privileged and you're enriching yourself, and you say you serve a living God. Please stop. We start to stand up and stop doing these abominable things. People in the diaspora, you want to do one thing. If you want to have your deliverance, if you want to have a breakthrough in your life, it's very, very simple. You don't need any man of God to lay hands on you. You don't need any man to cast out demons from you. You don't need any man to do this thing. You yourself can have your breakthrough. But you know what? Educate yourself. Education is the best thing you ever do to yourself. Have knowledge. Once you have knowledge, guess what? You have deliverance there. Because knowledge, once you have knowledge, and you are the knowledge is the one that is going to bring your breakthrough. Another thing, you live in truth. Live in truth. Whatever you do, let it be based on truth. No lying. Lying will not help you in life. But if you live your life in truth and godly principle, it will help you so much in life. Whatever comes out of your mouth, let it be the honest truth. Don't lie. Don't manipulate people. Say the honest truth. Even if it's not going to benefit you, if it's going to hurt you, it's going to damage you in somehow, but say the truth. Because you know what? Once you say the truth, you are a free person. But if you say a lie, then you have to make up lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. But when you say the truth, truth is absolute. You cannot change the truth. Nobody can change the Bible. The Bible is there. Nobody can change the world. The word in the Bible. Nobody can change the biblical principle. God bring us here on earth to impact the system on earth. To live a life, a fulfilled life on earth. If you're not living a fulfilled life on earth, I don't know. You need to live a fulfilled life. So this starting new year that is coming, think about it. Start to live a truth life. Start to impacting your society. We need to make changes in our environment, changes in our society. When there is abuse, you have to speak up to that abuse. Well, don't be silent about a darkness. Because when we're silencing about the darkness is going to cover the earth. Your heart need to be clean and pure about people. You have to love people, no matter what, even if they're wicked, they're bad. Like if you, like pastors say, they always create fear in us. They make us hate people. Like how you, a man of God, you creating fear in people, and even the Bible said we're not supposed to be feared. But you're creating fear in people by telling people that their loved ones is against them. Their loved ones doesn't want them to prosper and all that kind of stuff. Like, stop creating fear in people's life. God loved us so much. He sent his son. Anybody will be here. You love your kids so much. Will you give your kid up? You will never give your kid up. But there is God. He gave his son just to come on earth, just to set us free, because he loves us. It's so easy. Seek the kingdom. How can you seek the kingdom? By doing nice things to people, by loving people. Stop manipulating people. Feed the poor, feed the needy, love your enemy. That's what you can do, and you will inherit the kingdom of God. That's the thing you will do, that you will inherit the God. But if you're going around, you see the poor and the needy, and you're abandoning them, that means you're abandoning God. And if you go to the hospital, like pastors, they said they're so powerful. Why don't they go to the hospital and be powerful there, praying for the sick? Like when I was little, I remember that's what people used to do. But now, the reality of life, pastors don't do that anymore. They don't go to the hospital to pray for the sick or visit the poor and needy, take care of the orphanage. They don't do that anymore. They take care of themselves and reach themselves. And they said they go into the kingdom. They're just leading people to hell. But we need to start reading our Bible. We African people, read your Bible yourself. You have your own revelation for yourself. Whatever the pastor says in your church, read it yourself and question them. I know society have conditioned us so much that we cannot question our pastor because they're a man of God. It doesn't say that in the Bible. We should question. We should ask questions so that they can clarify things to us. If they cannot clarify and whatever they say it's not backing, I know sometimes they use the scripture in their own interest, and they quote so many things from the Old Testament when Jesus have given us a new commandment to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. But there are the churches in Africa, they are praying to kill people all the time. Your enemy must die, your enemy must die. Let's change this year and start reading our Bible and start loving people. Start loving our enemies. Even though they're being mean to us, we still need to love them. We still need to care about them. So people, please share this. I've been talking for a while. I don't want to leave. I don't want to have a very long broadcast because I can go on and on about this topic. I still have for my notes here. But we need to start loving each other. We need to start spreading the love. Because when you spread the love all over and everybody's spreading the love, it's going to multiply. And once the love is multiplied, there will be no place for darkness. There will be no place for evil in our society. I cannot imagine how presidents in Africa, like especially I'm gonna pick on my country, they will be so heartless, and they see the evil that's going on, but they're so heartless. They cannot, like, how can you stand? You have so much money, and the kids, poor kids, are in the street. They can't go to school. They can't have food, and you cannot pay the government, you can't pay your staff salary. Like, how can you live like that? I can't wrap my head around it. And you taking the money yourself, and you said you know God. Like, it breaks my heart that people can live like that. People are suffering. The minimum wage is 500,000, and then you cut it down and give the people less than that. And then how do you live with that? When you die, what are you going to tell God? It's really break my heart that people can live like that. I cannot live myself with that. So this new year, your new resolution is supposed to be a truth person, and wherever you go, you have to speak the truth. And wherever you see they are doing evil, you need to stand up to it and say no to it. Truth will always set us free. When you live in truth, it will always set you free. But if you live in lies, it's always going to come back and haunt you. So this new year, live in truth and love your enemy. Love your enemy and pray for them. Love them. So I'm going to stop here today. I love you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow, and I will talk about something else. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but I'm going to talk about something. So share this video. Tag somebody that you think they might need this word today. And I love you. And you guys have a wonderful day, and God bless you.